Welcome everyone as we broadcast from the home of my Yedid Nefesh, Rabbi Dr. Yitzchak Kurtzer, here in Muncie, and his wonderful wife Rachel. We hope that the learning, this house is no stranger to Abatas Torah, as Yitzi is on his sixth cycle of teaching Daf Yomi, and we hope that it helps towards a ksiva v'chasima tova mesuka for them and their entire wonderful dynasty. We are holding in the fourth parak with Mishna Gimel and Mishna Dalid, sponsored by for Chaim Zanvil ben Moshe, Lefu Shalem for Eliyom Moshe ben Chayesar, for the Schutz of Abraham ben Yom Benish ben Malki Yudis, and family, by the Fisher family, Lenishmas Basi Bas Rabbi Shlomo ben Abraham Alevi, Perel Bas Ruven, by Yol Klugman and family. I should have a Ksiva Chasima Toiva Mesuka for my Shver Avigdor Aye ben Rivka Meir ben Chayesar. They should have a Refu Shalem B'Sek Shar Chayli Yisrael. So now, the Anshe HaMaimed, those that the 24 divisions of Yisrael that represented the Klal Yisrael by the Korbanei Tzibur, both those that went to Yerushalayim and also those that gathered in the cities, Hayumisanin Arbo Yomim B'Shvua. They fasted 4 days of the week, Miyom Sheni v'ad Yom Chamishi, from Monday through Thursday. They didn't fast Erev Shabbos, Shabbos, because of the honor of Shabbos. And not on Sunday. It wasn't considered safe to go from the menucha of Shabbos straight into fasting, that they shouldn't leave from rest and delight, to weariness and fasting, and it could wipe them out. Now, remember we said that they laned from the Maaseh Bereshis to indicate that the Torah exists, the world exists, b'schus karbonos. So by Yom HaRishon on Sunday they laned Bereshis and V'yehi Rakia, the first day and the second day. By Sheni they laned Yehi Rakia, the second day V'yikava Hamayim, the waters should gather the third day. By Shlishi on Tuesday they laned Yikava Hamayim, the waters gather. And the fourth day's Parsha by Yima Oirais, that there should be luminaries in the sky. Baravi on the fourth day, Yima Oirais, they read about the luminaries, and by Yishritzu Hamayim, that the fish should be created in the water. The birds in the sky, then b'chamishi yishritzu hamayim and b'toitzei haaretz, and the earth should produce the animals and human. B'shishi, and on Friday toitzei haaretz, and they also lane v'yechulu hashamayim. Now, when doing the laning, we have 3 aliyahs. Of the 3 aliyahs, Parsha Gedola, the bigger Parsha, like by Bereshis and V'yehi Rakia, Bereshis has 5 psukim. So Parsha Gedola Karanai said Bishnayim. The first aliyah read 3 psukim. Then the second aliyah repeated the third pasuk and laned the remaining 2. V'Ketana B'Yochid, and the smaller Parsha of V'yehi Rakia was with 1 person. B'Shachris u'ba Musaf u'ba Mincha. On Shachris, Musaf, if it's, let's say, a Yom Tov, and Mincha, Nichnasin, that's done by Shachris and by Musaf. That's done from the Torah in Shachris and by Musaf. Or by Mincha, then they're already weary from the fasting. Nichnasin v'korin al PM, they laned it by heart. K'korin Shema, like laning the Shema. Erev Shabbos by Mincha, on Erev Shabbos by Mincha, where they're busy with preparing for Shabbos, Lo yoyu nichnasim, they didn't lane it at all. Mipnei k'vod HaShabbos. Kol yom sheyesh by Hallel. Any day, remember, the Mamadas go throughout the year. So it could be on a Chanukah, it could be on a Chol Hamoed, it could be on a Yom Tov. If there's Hallel, ein by Mamid b'Shachris. There are no Mamadas in Shachris. They don't lane the Parsha by Shachris. Karban Musaf, if it's a day that has a Musaf, like if it's Hanukkah, if it's on Chalamoid or on Yom Tiv, aim by Ne'ilah. They don't do it by Ne'ilah. Then there's no Mamodas by even by Nila, and not by Musaf or by Mincha. Korban Eitzim. On a day that there's a Korban Eitzim, remember there was a time when Klal Yisrael didn't have wood, and certain families came and dedicated wood for the Mizbeach, and they were given a privilege to have certain day of the year where they brought a Korban Eitzim. So if it was a day where there was a Korban Eitzim, so the people of Mamodas helped, Ein by Mincha. There was no Mamodas by Mincha, Divrei Rabbi Akiva. Abaloi Ben Azai, so Ben Azai says, Kacho Yerub Shaina, Korban Musaf, on the day there was a Musaf, Ein by Mincha. There's no Maimid by Mincha, but there is by Nila. Korban Eitzim, on a day that there's a Korban Eitzim, Ein by Nila, then there's not by Nila, and not by Mincha. Chazer Rabbi Akiva retracted Liyai Shaina ke Ben Azai to teach like Ben Azai. Rabbi said again, we want to remind you that tomorrow we continue the fascinating sugya of Kibbut Aim at 8 o'clock at zoomdaf.com. If you want to sponsor this week's Chumash, 718-916-3100, rmmwsi@aol.com. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful night.